Welcome. I know it's been a long time, and guess what? For a full chapter, we're gonna have to wait even longer. Chapter 263 is only 13 pages today, and I know we're all disappointed, but Gege's getting his flow back. He's recovering. Let's give the man some more time. I mean, another week, we'll get a full chapter, and everything will be back to normal. With that said, welcome back to Jujutsu Kaisen, guys. Let's get into it. I know you guys just want to see the spoilers, so enough talking. If you enjoy content such as this, don't forget to leave a like to help me out and get these videos out more. And let's begin. So first things first, the chapter begins with a disclaimer that this is not really chapter 263, but it's part 2 of chapter 262. If you remember, we got 7 pages of 262 a month ago, and today we're getting the last 13. I'm kind of happy that things did pan out this way because it shows that Gege's got chapters planned out and the story planned out instead of just drawing 7 chapters and saying, okay, I'll figure it out from here. So coming back from where we left off, Yuta confirms that he can't use any curse techniques other than Gojo's Limitless, and he notices that since the time that Sukuna lost his left arm, he has not used the World Cutting Slash. Yuta begins to think that Sukuna has no other way to overcome the Limitless besides using Domain Amplification. And in the pages, we see them fight as all this goes down. Make sure to check out the review. You guys know I bring these to life. You know, all the fighting, all the hands. So let's continue. So the fight continues and Yuta is able to lift and throw Sukuna and kick him away. He then lands a punch on Sukuna's head, but Yuta's having a hard time really fighting Sukuna hand to hand because he needs to adjust to Gojo's body. Remember, Gojo's like 6'5", 6'6". The dude is tall as hell, whereas Yuta's probably like 5'10". I do appreciate Gege pointing this out as it shows that he really cares about the small details in his story, but I don't think Yuta as a character would really have trouble with something like this. I don't think it really had to be pointed out. That's just my opinion. People are going to get mad at me saying anything against Gege on this channel, but if Yuta's this all-time prodigy, I think he'd be able to work Gojo's arms and legs perfectly fine. And as Yuta continues to fight Sukuna, he acknowledges that mastering Gojo's Limitless curse technique with just one instance of switch training is not enough. He literally says, I understand why the 6 eyes are a necessity to using the Limitless. See, this is a problem I can get behind. Anyway, back into the fight, Yuta remembers Gojo saying, it's okay, I'm the strongest. And he's like, how strong were you to say something like that with so much confidence in the face of Sukuna? But Sukuna notices that Yuta's struggling with the Limitless and asks if Yuta really has time for this and sends him flying with a punch. I really like this scene here because it just reinforces that Gojo and Sukuna are on their own levels. Yuta cannot even comprehend their strength, and a lot of y'all got Yuta in their top 3. So again, like Gojo and Sukuna, they can only fight each other. Yuta stands no chance against them. All the special grades together, excluding Gojo obviously, do not stand a chance against these two. As we continue the fight, we see that Sukuna begins to think, and it's confirmed that Kenjaku was able to inform Sukuna about Yuta's curse technique, which is copy. Sukuna thinks that the requirement to copy is most likely Rika consuming a body or a part of someone's body. But Sukuna wonders if Yuta can use curse techniques that he had copied before, but he realizes that Yuta can only use the Limitless for now. He then thinks about how long Yuta's copy curse technique would last. If Kenjaku's curse technique ends, would Yuta still have Gojo's body? What if Yuta hasn't even thought of what would happen after this fight? So Sukuna puts everything together and realizes what Yuta's plan may be as he remembers Gojo's unlimited Hollow Purple. After Sukuna remembers the unlimited Hollow Purple, we enter a small flashback from Yuta's perspective. After finishing swap training, Gojo takes a dig at Yuta about his curse energy being too inconsistent. He's basically complaining about how Yuta can't use his curse energy efficiently still. But he gets rebuked by Maki saying that Gojo's way too strict on Yuta, and others join her to defend Yuta. Another translation says that Panda's like, we wish Gojo were more strict on us, so I don't know the credibility here. Yuta begins to chant for the Hollow Purple. He's going through Gojo's memories and seeing what to say in order to cast the technique. Sukuna, however, immediately knows what's going on, so he grabs a hold of Yuta's arms undoes the signs and just punches him again. Sukuna thinks to himself that he's not gonna let Yuta use Hollow Purple at all. And he's actually confused as to why Yuta would try this, because if he saw Gojo's memories, he should know that Gojo had to use Hollow Purple in this crazy 9 million IQ way in order to actually get it off against Sukuna. Like, Yuta should be aware that Sukuna isn't just gonna stand still and let him use a Hollow Purple. This is, and it's funny to me because this is how people be thinking Jujutsu Kaisen matchups are gonna go. They pick two characters, they pick the one that they like more, and just imagine the one they like more using a billion techniques as the other one stands still and instantly dies from the techniques. Whatever, I'm yapping, so let's continue with the chapter. So Yuta uses blue and suddenly a recorder flies near Sukuna, in which Inumaki screams, "Don't move through it." So Inumaki's back, and I guess what Yuta did was throw the camcorder while using blue and made it like super speed to Sukuna's head, and that's how this "don't move" landed. Kind of dope. And Inumaki coming back is also a very neat surprise. It's dope that Gege's beating the wasted character allegations and the off-screen with no idea allegations that people have been parading around with for years in this final arc. See what happens when you have a little bit of patience. With this moment happening, I really do think that Megumi is coming back. I mean, I made a video on this a couple of months ago, but every chapter that passes, we have these characters returning and all this stuff about switch training. And I mean, Sukuna's been using Megumi's body and doing damn near everything in the story with it. I can see Megumi coming back and being an absolute monster. It's gonna happen. And Nobara fans, I really think she's up next. Who else is gonna have to return except for Megumi? It's Nobara. I think the fight will end with Yuji like pushing Sukuna at the end, Nobara coming in with this final Seek attack, and sunshine and rainbows from there. And the chapter ends with Sukuna in shock as Yuta finally finishes the Hollow Purple chant and loads up a Hollow Purple, which is ready to fire on Sukuna at any moment. And we do see Inumaki in tons of pain, like so much blood is coming out of his throat just from using Stop on this super duper weakened Sukuna. I mean, imagine Yuta using Curse Speech on Sukuna at full power. This is why I don't think Curse Speech is that ultimate win condition people want to make it out to be. With that said, we're left on this cliffhanger of Yuta activating Hollow Purple, and I hope that we can have like 262 part 1 and 2 merged together on the website so people can read this as a full chapter and reevaluate their thoughts on it, because I think it's pretty good, all things considered. And I also think that the pacing of this chapter was one of the best in the series when everything's considered. We basically get the whole fight here, because I know that this Hollow Purple is not going to work. Yuta's going to pass up to 5 minutes, it's over, and we'll move back to Yuji, right? With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all next week for the next set of spoilers. And Jujutsu Kaisen's finally back. We'll have 20 pages and we'll all be happy. With that said, peace out. And one last little note, don't forget to check out the little merch shop I got for 100 kind of minimalist designs. If you're interested, thanks for supporting. If you do, I will really appreciate it. And yeah, peace out for real this time, guys.